again, Mark Whitaker here, founder and CEO of Retirement Advice. And in this video, we're going to go over how to organize your assets to get ready for retirement. This is really the second video in our retirement plan series. In the last video, we talked about how to create a retirement budget. And in this video, we're going to continue our planning process by looking at what assets you have available to you to construct your retirement income plan. So when it comes to retirement income, this is really about recreating or reproducing your current income stream. So when we look at getting it organized, we're going to break down your assets into three categories. The first category are your income sources. These are the income sources that are essentially guaranteed or very secure. Things like Social Security income, things like pensions, or real estate that you have paid for and you have a predictable history of rental income. The second category of assets that we'll look at together are assets that you've already saved up in retirement accounts and other investment and savings accounts. Things like old 401k accounts or the balances that you have saved up in current retirement accounts, IRAs, 401ks, that type of thing. The third category we'll look at is really the potential that you have for increasing your retirement assets between today and the point that you retire. So with your current 401k plan, how much are you contributing on a monthly or annual basis? What is the match that you're receiving? Are you participating in an employee stock purchase plan, or do you have stock options or grants available to you that have not vested yet, but they're probably going to vest, they're likely to vest between today and your planned early retirement? So let's get started with income sources. The first and primary income source that we need to look at is your Social Security benefit. And I know I'm going to have to make another video to talk specifically about Social Security because there's just a lot of misinformation out there. But for today's video, let's just take it at face value. And the best way to start is, if you haven't already, go to ssa.gov and create your own Social Security account. It'll ask you some questions, you'll create the account, and it'll give you some really helpful information. What is your planned Social Security benefit at your full retirement age? What is your earnings history? You can actually look at this and see if they've got some bad information that can be updated or corrected. And if you're married or your partner, you should also have them look up their benefit as well. That way you can have the correct information that you're going to need in order to create your retirement income plan. Now with Social Security, there's a lot more that we'll go into as far as strategies on how to maximize the benefit and how to incorporate the Social Security income with the other assets you have available to you. But for today, let's just get the basics. What is your projected full retirement age benefit at your full retirement age? So maybe just a little bit of a shorthand. If you're born 1960 or after, your full retirement age, and what I mean by that, that's the age at which you're entitled to get 100% of the benefit that you have accumulated without any type of reduction from Social Security. And so if you're born 1960 or after, that age is 67 years old. And if you're born 1954 before, that age is 66. If you're born somewhere between 1954 and 1960, your full retirement age is going to be 66 in a few months, depending on what year. But with that being said, we just want to have that baseline number to do our planning. Okay, after we have your Social Security income number, now we want to look at pension income. So if you have a pension, we want to look at what are your payment options. Okay, so can you take it as a monthly benefit, or do you have the option to take it as a lump sum benefit where they give you you essentially trade in all of your years of payments for a one-time lump sum that you could put into a retirement account? Not saying that's necessarily what you should do. This is really all just about knowing what our options are. With your pension plan, we also want to know other things as far as other payment options. Does it provide different options for if you're married or not? Can you take it early or later, and does that change the amount that you're entitled to? And also, if you're currently working for the employer where you're going to get that pension benefit from, what does your current work, how does that impact your future pension benefits? Usually pension benefits are based off of your highest few years of earnings, an average of that. You also usually accumulate credits based on how many years you've worked. So you're going to want to understand, how will your current employment impact that projected pension benefit? So this is just about getting the information and not about making any decisions at this point. Okay, now the other type of planned income that we should probably look at are things like rental income. It's fairly common for retirees to have built up a rental portfolio. Maybe you have some rental properties, and if you plan on continuing to have those while you're retired, let's go ahead and build that rental income into your retirement plan as one of these income categories. When it comes to pensions as well as rental income and Social Security, we want to know what are the cost of living adjustments that you can expect. With Social Security and with pensions that you get from government entities like the military or the federal government, you can plan on cost of living adjustments. And as far as state pensions are concerned, it's kind of a mixed bag. Some of them do, some of them don't. And the way that they do the cost of living adjustment is different state by state. In my experience, I've seen some ways of calculating cost of living adjustments that were pretty surprising. So anyway, it's about getting the right information and knowing how they're going to work so we can plan with proper expectations. As far as cost of living adjustments with your rental income, look at your history of increasing rent for your tenants. Have you done that consistently over time? And if not, do you plan on doing that? And that way we can make sure that we have realistic expectations for that income stream once you retire. Okay, now let's go on to the second category, which is looking at your current retirement savings. What assets have you already accumulated? A lot of people have old 401k accounts from previous employers, or their spouse does, that are all over the place. So this is the time to open up that mail, look at those statements, or get your login set up so you can go in and actually see what you have saved and where is it. This isn't about making changes necessarily at this point to what you have saved. It's about just taking a proper inventory. What do you have and where is it? So it can all be organized. You can see it in one place. What do you have? So we want to know with 401k accounts, 403b accounts, 401a accounts, 457 accounts, old IRAs, Roth IRA accounts. What do you have saved? In addition, if you have an investment account or a savings account that isn't, like technically a retirement account, but as far as you're concerned, this is money you're setting aside for retirement, go ahead and include that money as well. In your mind, if it's for retirement, then it's for retirement. That's good enough. Let's just make sure we know what does that big picture look at, all of the different accounts that you have and how much do you have total saved up between you. If you're married or with your partner, how much do you guys have saved together? Okay, now the third category. Finally, what are your, where do you have options to save currently, your potential energy? I can't really think of a better thing to call it, but basically between the point right now and when you retire, are you making contributions? Are you getting any type of employer match? A lot of people who work for a public or for a big company have something called an employee stock purchase plan where you can actually buy shares of your company's stock at a discounted price. Are you currently using that, or what does that benefit look like? Do you have other retirement benefits or like I mentioned, stock option benefits that have not yet vested, but if you continue with the employer, you will, those options should vest, or those grants should vest, and you'll be able to include or have a good expectation of having that as part of your income plan. This is also a good time to just evaluate whether or not you're maximizing those those different retirement benefits available to you. Maybe you have extra income and you really could increase your contribution to your 401k plan. Maybe if you did that, you get a higher match, or maybe you could use your employee stock purchase plan. By looking at these benefits as well, maybe you're in a situation where you're thinking about jumping ship from your current employer, but if you were to stay just another 6 months or another year or something like that, you will meet a vesting schedule and be able to keep a higher percentage of your retirement account that you've accumulated, or you'll be able to qualify for additional amounts of stock options or something like that. So having good information with your current benefits can help you make good planning decisions. It's really kind of the first step to making informed decisions to maximize your plan. So now that we have these three categories, your income sources, you've got those all mapped out. You've got your current savings. What have you accumulated? You get that all in one spot. You can see what you have and where it is, and you have a good idea of the current benefits you have available to you. Are you maximizing those, or the things that you possibly could do? Now with all of this together, the next step is to organize all of these assets into an income replacement plan for your early retirement. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, leave a comment, if there's a topic or something you'd like to hear about specifically. And until next time, be kind to the people around you, be kind to yourself, and I look forward to helping you plan your early retirement. Have a great day.